Well, it took extra innings last night, but the Angels came out victorious. They continue to play very good baseball at home. Tonight it's game 2 against the division rival Seattle Mariners. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, the man-child himself, Mark Gubicza. And I mentioned last night the Angels coming up victorious in 10 innings. And you know what? It seems like there's a hero every single night, and they just keep playing good baseball over the last couple of weeks.
Well, they have been able to do so, Victor, because the fact is key guys getting big hits for him, too. Last night, Vernon Wells on a tough pitch, down and away, is able to fight that ball into left field for a base hit. It continues that pattern. A new hero every single night. Guys coming through, whether it's a guy on the hill, a guy in the field, a guy at the plate. And, of course, they've been playing so well at home, 16-4. When you look back the last 20 games at home, and a club that had struggled early in the season, they continue to win series. Mike Scioscia's all about winning series, a win tonight, and they win another series before they go on the road trip. The bottom line is Tyler Chatwood's got to go out there and throw the ball well, get some timely hitting, and let that defense do the job once again.
Yeah, you mentioned Tyler Chatwood trying to kind of follow up what Jared Weaver did last night. 9 shutout innings for Weaver. Battle of youngsters. Chatwood going up against Blake Devin. We're just about ready for baseball, so sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return.
1948, Alvin had 2 hitting streaks that year.
Hyundai. People are talking about Hyundai, uncensored. See what they're saying at mysocalhyundai.com. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Well, fans still flocking in Here on a Saturday night for baseball. Perfect day as well, too. We got the Ludacris concert after the ball game today.
I was hanging out with him earlier today.
Yeah. He's a little guy. Didn't realize how vertically challenged he was.
Yep.
Here's the standings going into tonight's ball game. Texas taking on the Cleveland Indians down at the ballpark in Arlington. And right now there's no scores. That game is now in the third inning. The Angels a game back with their victory last night. The Seattle Mariners, however, they are in fourth in the American League West. They've got a 48-63 record. This is the lineup that they are running out there this evening. Ichiro leading things off in right field. Jack Wilson made insertion into the lineup. Originally was Brendan Ryan. He's got an elbow issue, but Wilson's at shortstop. Dustin Ackley at second base. Mike Carp's the DH. Adam Kennedy moves over across the diamond to first base tonight. Miguel Olivo doing the catching. Franklin Gutierrez in center field. Kyle Seager, he will play third. And Trayvon Robinson made his major league debut last night. Did so in grand fashion defensively and also picked up his first major league hit. Mariners taking on the youngster Tyler Chatwood with a 6-7 record and ERA of 3.93.
Well, we're looking for Tyler to get back to where he was a couple starts ago against Baltimore, where he worked down in the strike zone, threw a ton of strikes, had great movement on the fastball. His curveball was excellent, as was his changeup. Got into fastball mode the other day against the Tigers and fell apart at that particular point. He does have great stuff, and look for him to try to shorten up his stride. And that's a big key for him, as Mike Butcher told me earlier today.
Let's take a look at the defense, and we'll be playing behind Tyler. It's got Vernon Wells in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter is at right. Meiser, Asteris, and Eric Ibar guard the left side of the infield. Howie Kendrick and Mark Trumbo on the right. And Bob Wilson gets a start behind the plate.
Boy, and Howie Kendrick has been so consistent in that second base position. Fielding percentage, .989, which is third best. He only had 3 errors and also done a great job as far as total chances at that second base position. 284. He's turned 38 double plays. He's been that good this season for Howie.
So Tyler Chatwood challenged now by Jared Weaver after throwing up goose eggs through 9 innings last night to come out here. At least try to do the same or replicate and keep things very close and give the Angels offense an opportunity. He falls behind on Ichiro. 1 ball, no strikes. Ichiro had a couple of hits last night, going 2 for 4. That one paints the outside corner. Suzuki hitting .270 with a home run, 27 runs batted in. He's got 15 doubles and 2 triples on the year. 1-1 pitch, a strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Well, if Dale Scott's going to call that pitch down in the strike zone, Tyler Chatwood has a chance to be very effective, very good as far as down with that fastball.
Well, the breaking pitch is pulled into right field. It's a leadoff single for Ichiro. That's what he had last night in the first inning. And that'll bring up Jack Wilson. And I point out Jared Weaver last night because he was spectacular. 9 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs and 7 hits. Second time this year he's gone 9 innings and allowed no runs and picked up a no decision. But the team picked up a win. And we learned today that Jared deciding not to appeal his suspension. So he's starting that suspension tonight. 6-game suspension. He'll be ready to go Saturday in Toronto. The odds are that decision was made prior to last night's start. But you know what? You go through the process. That's why you have the appeal process. If you want to pursue it, you can. The Angels will be going to New York on Monday, and that's probably when the appeal would have been heard anyway.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, if it's reduced by 1 game, you still push it back pretty far from that particular point. So it's better to get it started tonight. That way, you can, like you mentioned, he'll be ready to go in Toronto. Plus, the fact is, Mike Soch was able to push him a little bit further as far as the pitch count last night. Got 9 shutout innings. You mentioned that. Now he gets a chance to kind of get that arm back in shape and be ready for the stretch run.
This one pulled foul up the line. And Wilson behind in the count at 0 balls, 2 strikes. And clearly just kind of guessing along with the schedule and the days and so on and so forth. If Jared gets to start next Saturday in Toronto, that would put him in line to pitch the 4th and final game against the Texas Rangers here at the Big A. And then it would put him in line, assuming the schedule continues to fall properly, for the Sunday night game in Texas against the Rangers as well.
Yeah, you'd love to see him get as many opportunities as possible to face the Rangers, whether it's here or in Texas. Well, when you think about the way Santana, Herron, and Weaver are thrown of late, well, you got a great chance of winning a ton of series. And if Chatwood can get back to where he was in Baltimore, all of a sudden you do have the makings of an outstanding all-around staff.
Still at no balls and 2 strikes on Jack Wilson. 220 on the year as he flips this one foul into the seats on the first base side. Wilson ended up going 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts. As we pointed out when we were running through the lineups, Eric Wedge originally had Brendan Ryan batting second and playing shortstop, with Ryan being scratched right before the game. 0-2. Check swing. Looked like he went around. He did, says the first base umpire, Chris Conroy. Got the crew chief tonight calling the balls and strikes, Dale Scott. Just saw Chris Conroy bringing up Jack Wilson at first base. Jerry Meals is at second base, and C.B. Buckner is over at third. Here's Dustin Ackley, the second baseman, with 1 out and 1 on. Ichiro with a pretty good lead at first base. Ackley went up last night and got a hit in his 4 at-bats. The 9th inning base hit with 2 outs. The last knock that Jared gave up. First round pick, 2nd overall in 2009 by Seattle at the University of North Carolina.
Most times when you look at that, that's a play by design by Mike Scioscia. He wants Tyler Chatwood to step off to see if there's any indication whether Ichiro is going to try to steal the base here.
Ackley takes the off-speed pitch down low. Ichiro will run, of course. 28 stolen bases this year. He's been caught 5 times. Mariners overall kind of in the middle of the pack as far as stolen bases. 88 on the year, 7th. The American League, the Angels with 97, 5th. As Ackley takes outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
And the bottom line for Chatwood, you get that first out of the inning. Even if Ichiro is able to be successful stealing the base, you still get a ground out and a fly out. You're still through the inning without a run allowed. You got to refocus on the batter right now.
Runner goes. A throw down from Wilson is not in time. And a stolen base for Ichiro. And a 3-0 count now on Dustin Ackley.
29 stolen base for Ichiro. Well, a good jump for Ichiro. Was able to slide in there going on a 2-0 pitch.
Bobby Wilson still looking for that first caught stealing. 9th stolen base against Bobby, or at least 9th recorded with him behind the plate. The 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Seattle last night had 1 opportunity with a man in scoring position. They went 0 for 1. As a matter of fact, Seattle did not get a man into scoring position until the 8th inning of last night's game. Jared helped out by a pickoff and a couple of double play balls. Full count now on Ackley.
Well, that's how impressive Jared Weaver, not only last night, but this entire season, not giving the opponent many opportunities to score runs. When you're 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, that tells you how well Jared threw the ball last night. Not giving up many chances, throwing strikes.
And he walked him. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, in honor of Ludacris being here tonight, get back. Get back to where he was in Baltimore, where he's establishing that fastball down in the strike zone, elevate when he needs to, and of course be able to throw his curveball in there and change up early in the game and kind of breathe when you go into tough situations and don't go into fastball mode.
You've got a situation here with runners at first and second and 1 out. Mike Karp, the batter, the Long Beach native, hitting .295 on the year after going 1 for 4 last night. Karp with a couple of home runs, 13 runs batted in. Ichiro with a leadoff single, stole second base, and Ackley at first base with a walk. Swinging a miss on the breaking pitch. And it is 0-2, and that's what you will see from the Mariners. They are an aggressive bunch of guys, but you got to be around the strike zone and give them the opportunity to pull the trigger.
And that's the importance of throwing first pitch for a strike. If you can get that first pitch over against most clubs, anyhow, you're going to be successful. But against Seattle in general, they start expanding the zone against you.
Carp swings and misses on the breaking pitch. He'll go down for out number 2. First base is occupied, so he peels off to the right and heads to the dugout.
This is exactly that. Got ahead of the count, and then you can expand the zone. Very good 12-6 variety on that break on the curveball. Good job as far as getting on top of that pitch over the front leg.
So 2 outs, 2 on. Adam Kennedy at the plate. Takes outside. Boy, Tyler really just seems to be forcing or trying to force that fastball on the outside corner, kind of getting inside that pitch. Keeps running away from him.
Yeah, when it comes down to his trust. A lot of times when you're a young pitcher, you give that hitter so much credit as far as thinking you're going to hit that ball hard if it's the middle part of the plate. But the reality is his fastball doesn't stay in that part of the plate too often. It moves, either cuts or sinks for him. But when he's forced into throwing a four-seam fastball straight down the middle area, that's when he gets into trouble.
Fouled off to the left, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, there are times you can get into that mode where you're trying to get that extra movement, especially away from a left-handed batter, kind of doing yourself a disservice.
You can do that if you throw that first pitch for a strike, then you get a little bit further away. That's when they roll over, hit that ground ball to second base, and you're through an inning.
Here's the 1-2. Kennedy. They wanted to appeal at third. Dale Scott doesn't even bother asking. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ichiro standing at second. Dustin Ackley at first. There's a 2-2. Missed outside. Full count. Now you're giving the Mariners base runners a head start. They'll be off with the pitch. Olivo's the guy on deck. Vernon Wells very shallow in left, as is Borges in center. Torrey straight up and right. Runners go, and Kennedy hits this one in the air toward deep left center field. Vernon Wells, Peter Borges giving chase. Neither is going to get this one. It falls in. It's going to go for a 2 RBI double, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead. Adam Kennedy with his 18th double of the year. RBIs 33 and 34.
Again, had to go out with the fastball, but this time was up on the outer half, but it was elevated because of the fact it was a 3-2 count. Changed the complexion of that sequence of pitches. Tried to sneak the fastball in, didn't get the call, then fell away from the fastball once again for Tyler Chatwood, trying to minimize the damage here in the first.
Miguel Olivo takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Olivo last night went 0 for 4. His batting average at .215. 14 home runs at 47 runs batted in. 25 pitches thrown by Chatwood here, and the 26th is fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler's last time out took the loss against the Tigers, giving up 6 runs, all earned on 8 hits and 5 1/3. The career high 6 earned runs. Breaking pitch drops in there, 1-2. Olivo doesn't like the call, thinking that pitch was down. Took a pretty good hammer.
Well, crossing the plate, it definitely looked like it got the lower part of the strike zone. Yeah, it clearly got in there on our Fox tracks.
There's the 1-2. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Chatwood picks up 3 strikeouts, but as we head to the bottom of the first inning, the Halos will be playing from behind. Stewart, Ibar, and Hunter against Blake Bevitt. Down 2-0. Won a game back of Texas in the West. Meister Sturris leading things off at third base. Eric Ibar is short. Torrey Hunter's at right field. Bobby Abreu for the 10th time this year will serve as the cleanup hitter in DH. Vernon Wells is at left. Howie Kendrick at second. Mark Trumbo at first. Peter Borges batting 8th and playing center field. And Bob Wilson bats 9th, and he will do the catching. That's starting 9, taking on the 22-year-old from Irving, Texas, by the name of Blake Bevitt.
Yeah, Blake Bevitt has a pretty good fastball. He spots it very well, too, inside and out. Generally down in the strike zone, 88 to 92 range. Curveball, very, very good changeup, too.
Meister Sturris takes a fastball in for a strike. Sturris yesterday got into the game as a pinch hitter and popped out. He was 1 for 12 on the homestand. Takes a strike, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Meister now hitting .268 with 5 home runs and 28 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch, down and in. The ball and 2 strikes. The Angels faced Bevitt back on July the 8th here at the Big A. He got a no decision. Went 6 1/3, gave up just 2 earned runs on 6 hits. A couple solo home runs allowed. Sturris chopping this one foul, so the count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you can see his approach. He tries to throw that fastball inside and out around knee level to try to induce you in to hit the ball on the ground. Your job as a hitter against him is try to bring him up in the strike zone. Not quite as effective when it's belt high.
Little sinker bounced toward the middle. Moving over is the second baseman, Ackley. Meister is retired for the first out. Let's take a look at the M's defensively. Robinson, Gutierrez, and Suzuki from left to right in the outfield. It's Seager, Wilson, Ackley, and Kennedy from third to first, with Olivo doing the catching.
Jack Wilson, last minute call in there in that shortstop position. The guy will play excellent defense in that shortstop spot. Guy that generally plays a ton of games at shortstop. Very strong arm. We saw that last night. Covers a lot of ground also. Very good going back on pop-ups too.
Eric Ibar takes a strike on the outside corner. Ibar yesterday went 0 for 5. Batting as a leadoff man, hitting .276 overall, 7 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Ibar was one of the 2 guys that touched Bevan for a home run back in that July 8th game. The other being Vernon Wells. Mariners getting a couple of runs in the top of the first inning. And Kennedy with a 2 out, 2 RBI double. Ibar grounds this one to Ackley. He's got the skimmer. 2 outs. That'll bring up Torii Hunter.
2 at bats, 2 pitches down below knee level, getting ground balls to second base. And it's easier said than done if you're a hitter, but the bottom line is you got to try to bring them up in the strike zone. There's not as much movement when it's elevated to fastball.
Tori's had back-to-back 3-hit games. As he looks at a strike. And again, the theme so far for Bevan has been strike one. Mysterious, Ibar, now Hunter. Torii last night going 3 for 5 with a couple of doubles. Was robbed of a 2-run home run by Trayvon Robertson in left field. Ended up being the play of the night. Pretty good major league debut.
It's his first major league hit against Jared Weaver. So I would say that is a pretty good night. Well, he went a long way to make that play against Torii, too, to go into the stands. Bring back that would-be 2-run home run.
Yep. Torii pops this one up behind the plate. Olivo can't find it. And it costs the Mariners an out. He never saw it. Immediately took the helmet off and the mask.
Well, that's one of those
for help.
Tough ones, too. If you're a pitcher, you could point back there, but to run back, it's a difficult thing for a catcher to be able to pick that up and be able to find that baseball as it goes back towards the screen. Right away, didn't have any idea. Bevan's trying to point, but there's no way that at that time you can go back and make a play on that ball.
And straight back behind home plate. The corner infielders have no chances. Torii lifts one out towards shallow left. That's going to get down for a knock. He jammed him up and in with a fastball. Torii fights it off. A 2-out base hit keeps the inning alive for Bobby Abreu.
Well, most times a flare is hit in the outfield. It's going to be a pitch up in the strike zone, and that's what it was. He was thrown well. Bevan does a great job as far as keeping that front shoulder in and elevate it when he needs to. It also sinks the ball very well, but Tori's been swinging the bat well. Fights that off and flares it in the outfield.
Amazing how that works out, doesn't it? When you're going good, little things like that happen. And when you're struggling, that's just a pop-up to short.
Yeah, somehow he's going back and making that play on you.
Here's Abreu. Still trying to figure it out. Takes a fastball down the pipe for a strike. Bobby hitting 156 since July the 1st. 0 for 4 last night, as I mentioned, 10th time in that cleanup spot for Mike Scioscia this year. 255 is the batting average, 4 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. What was Bobby Abreu hitting on July the 1st, you asked?
What was he hitting on July 1st?
289. Because he's hit 156, he's dropped a considerable amount in the batting average. Quick throw to first. Tori's back. Since then, also, he's only picked up 1 home run and 10 runs batted in. 2 doubles.
And veteran hitters, they don't necessarily doubt themselves. They feel at some point they're going to get their swing back together. And Bobby is a guy, when he gets on a roll, can carry a ball club, but he just has to get that one good swing and get it going once again.
1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. You know who we can ask as far as veteran guys, left-handed batters. I don't know if he ever struggled in his lifetime, but Freddie Lynn's going to join us in the top of the second.
I was just going to ask him that same question. As a veteran hitter, what do you try to do as you try to keep that bat speed or get it through the zone when you get a little bit older and it slows down enough where pitchers will challenge you more with fastballs?
One of USC's finest. Torii takes off and he is picked off. That will end the inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left on base, 1 in the books. 2-0 Seattle. alumni from the Angels. And how about that? I mean, that is SoCal cool right there. It is Freddie Lind throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. It does. I'd tell you what, you win the award hands down. I don't care who else throws out a first pitch. Best dressed award this year for throwing out the ceremonial first ball.
You know, I thought I'd wear some color.
Absolutely.
You know, a little antithesis of what normally is worn here. But they gave me that jacket, weighs like 45 pounds. And all of a sudden I got nervous as that I got this lead weight on my arm. How am I going to get it to the plate?
We haven't had any complaints about the jacket or the baseball this year whatsoever.
Not at all. Hey, you did a little Dennis Eckersley, too, when you threw the strike. You did a little fist pump.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I was happy that I got across the plate, and my son caught it for me. He framed it, and I was pretty happy.
That's perfect.
Nice. Hey, we got to ask you, because we were just talking about Bobby Abreu. I don't know if you heard the conversation while you're waiting to come on. Bobby has been struggling of late since July the 1st, and as a veteran player, he had an off year last year, hitting just .255, which is a huge drop for him career-wise. Got off to a great start, was swinging the bat well. We thought that he was getting back on track a couple of weeks ago, but still trying to find his way. What's the best way for a veteran guy to try to get his legs back underneath him?
Well, you know, he's in your 4 spot, so he's your power guy. So you either want him to hit for power, or you want him to hit for average, or you'd like to have him do both, because you guys here need big sticks. I mean, he's a big part of your offense, and if he's struggling, then you're going to struggle. But for me personally, when I was scuffling, I got to hit the ball the other way. Which makes you see the ball longer.
Right.
Because if you're trying to pull, you're trying to hit the ball in front of the plate. Now that's another foot that you're looking at as far as the ball, where it is where you're going to hit the ball. So I'm waiting for the ball to get in on me a little bit and hit the ball the other way. You wait longer, you see the ball come across the plate better, and you start picking up pitches better. Your head stays on the ball longer. And if he's pulling balls to second base, if you're writing 4-3 a lot, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from him late. Now, Freddie, I was wondering if, as a hitter, too, as you get up there in age and your bat's not quite as quick, do you guess along with the pitcher, try to guess a fastball and start that bat head out quicker?
Yeah, you do. You absolutely try to cheat a little bit. And you cheat a little too much, it slows you down. And what all older guys do is they hit the fastball. And then especially in the American League, you're susceptible to the off-speed pitches, fork balls, all that kind of stuff like that. And so you got to hit that fastball when you get it. And I know when I was 38, I cheated a little bit, and I try to get out in front, make sure a guy can't throw one by you. I'm watching this ball here. The ball looks so easy from up here. Here's the ball is just floating out there.
Just like that one off the wall up there when you and Brian Downing ran into each other in the wall trying to make that play. That was still one of the all-time greats.
Well, it was 398. Now it's 400 because we pushed it back.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that one.
How was that collision for you? I mean, obviously you came up with the baseball, but I mean, you got a big man coming at you. I mean, obviously you're tracking the baseball. You probably heard the footsteps, but your eyes and everything were on the ball.
To be honest with you, I didn't know where Brian was. Amos Otis was the hitter, and he was with the Kansas City Royals. This was late in the season. Forsey was pitching. He was just over the next box. And we always played AO to right center because that's where he hit the ball when he hit it well. Well, he went to left center, and I was way out of position for that. And Brian normally played straight away, so I'm not worried about where Brian's going. I knew where the ball was headed, and if Brian gets there, fine. But I had a track on it, and it was just a matter of if I had enough room to get there. And I went up over the top, and Brian, somehow or another, we missed.
Right.
It looks like we collided, but he went under me, and I went over him. Otherwise, I'd still be out there. I've been planted. Brian was like 240, something like that, and I was like $180. But you know what? Part of my ability to make those plays is the concentration level going to the ball. I didn't even see Brian until afterward, and I saw it on replay. I went, "Ooh, God, I could have been killed."
Yeah, that is Superman you're going to run into. You don't want to run into him.
Oh, man. Yeah, he had no fat anywhere. All muscle.
He was a locomotive.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And he could run a little bit, too. You remember, well, maybe you don't. He was an ex-catcher.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when he
so
first
he's an
came up.
ex-catcher playing left field. So, that's not his primary position. So he kind of played it like a runaway bull.
You played with some great teammates and some great teams through your career. I mean, you were pretty fortunate. Came on with the Red Sox, played a bunch of good guys here with the Angels, of course, Baltimore, Detroit, all those great teams. You had a lot of fun playing with different teammates from all around the baseball.
I was fortunate enough to play for some pretty good guys and a lot of Hall of Famers. I haven't really added it up, must be a dozen or so. But when I played here with California, we had 4 MVPs on our squad. Rodney Carew, Don Baylor, Reggie Jackson, and myself. So we're fairly formidable.
Yeah, I would say
we
so.
We had some pretty good players up top and good players in the middle of the lineup. We could play small ball. We could beat you a lot of different ways, and we were great defensively, except Reggie.
How about that? Look at you. Nice, easy inning. 1, 2, 3. You made our producer, Jake Cutler, one of your best friends, very happy. He was nervous for a while. Freddie,
well, Cutter, hey, way to go, Cutter. Nice producing.
We head to the bottom of the second with the Mariners on top 2-0. Thanks a lot, Fred. Fred Lynn for having a very quick inning for Tyler Chatwood.
Yeah,
fly
no
ball outs
question.
in the lineup.
He's all about the defense. He mentioned the defense, except for Reggie, of course, but everyone else.
Yeah. Bobby Abreu was at the plate when Torrey Hunter was picked off, caught stealing to end the first inning. First sinker misses down and away for ball 1. Abreu still hitting .255. Nothing has changed. It's great to hear that Fred's perspective on later stages of someone's career, a guy that was also, too, that has put up numbers at a high level for an extended period of time. And all of a sudden, for the first time in your career, well, now the second time because he struggled last year, thinking that you've figured it out or you've beaten it and gotten over that hump, and all of a sudden you're back to, well, this is where I was last year.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is, and Fred hit it right on the nose, the approach has to be for Bobby going the other way. You know, hitting the 4 spot, which is not his normal spot here, that, you know, you think in terms of power, driving the ball out of the ballpark.
And that's a good piece of hitting right there. He's got nothing to show for it, as Jack Wilson nabs that one for the first out.
But that's the approach he has to take. That was a good swing. Stayed back with his hands, drove the ball very well the other way. It's just unfortunate went to Jack Wilson at shortstop, but that's a good swing. That's a pretty good fastball, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, even though that pitch was a little bit away from him and he was out in front of it, able to keep the hands back, you keep the hands back, you could still drive the baseball.
Exactly. And also, you know, especially early in my career, guys like Dwight Evans and people like that, just really good hitters, but you can tell they were guessing along with you as a pitcher. They're going to look, okay, I'm going to look first pitch inner half, and I'm going to try to drive. That's where I get my best chance of getting a fastball and hitting it hard. But if you were able to throw something off speed, then you really mess with a veteran hitter. They want to guess along with you, and if they're successful early in the count, they can get some hits. But when you get ahead of the count against those guys, the veteran guys, they can't guess along with you anymore.
Vernon Wells, 0-2 count, but 1 for 5 yesterday. It was a game-winning hit in the 10th inning. Picked up his 42nd RBI. Bevan jumping ahead very early. Bevan taking a little too much time, so Vernon backs out. Adam Kennedy putting Seattle up in the first inning with a double with 2 outs. Lifted in the air to shallow center. Gutierrez is under it. 2 outs. Kids tomorrow, SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer will be at the Big A when the Angels host the Mariners at 12:35. Kids will receive a SpongeBob shirt courtesy of Nickelodeon while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by visiting angels.com. 2 quick outs for Blake Bevan here in the second. Here's Howie Kendrick. The fastball is up and in. Howie last night 2 for 4, one of which was a bunt single, hitting .301, 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Lines this one into the alley in right center field, a base hit. Gutierrez was shading him that way, and for the second straight inning, the Angels have a 2-out knock.
Talked about Bobby Ray's approach against Bevan going the other way. Same thing here. The inside-out approach for Howie Kendrick going the right center field. Struck well. Guy that throws a lot of strikes. You got to be aware of both the inside and outside part of the plate because he won't stay exclusively on the outside part because he can rush that 2-seam fastball inside to a right-handed batter.
Mark Trumbo swinging first pitch, fouls one off to the right. Boy, he had a pretty good pitch right there to handle.
You can always tell a batter's reaction when they feel they have a pretty good pitch to do some damage to it. Mark just missed crushing that baseball. It was a good pitch to hit.
Quick throw to first. Howie's back easily. You just saw the score we flashed on the board. That game down in Texas. Cleveland and Texas scoreless in the 5th inning. Fausto Carmona against C.J. Wilson. Cleveland blowing a 7-2 lead to take the loss at extra innings last night. Ground ball to short. Wilson has it. He'll go the short way. Howie is forced out to end the inning. No runs a hit, and the Angels leave a man on. 2 in the books. Seattle still on top. Three in that first, but that 3-2 pitch to Adam Kennedy got a little bit too much of the strike zone. Kennedy moved out to the alley in left center field, picking up 2 runs batted in. Ichiro, Wilson, and Ackley here in the 3rd against Chapel. Snowballs and a strike. Ichiro with a base hit, a breaking pitch through the right side of the infield in the first inning. Stole a base, scored a run. Good fastball and good location, 0-2.
Well, that fastball had some life. It started off the inside corner, then catches a lot of the corner. They're going to go right back with the same pitch.
This one a little bit further in. Little bouncer to the left side. Steers has it, gets rid of it quickly, and there's the first out. Fans follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/angels and read Joe McDonald's column on Howie Kendrick. Lens of an Angel. You know Howie's a big photographer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to vote for the Angels poll question. Which do you think is the most amazing MLB record? Joe DiMaggio, Johnny Vandermeer, Rogers Hornsby, or Cy Young? In order. Amazing. Jack Wilson takes low.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, for you, which would be amazing?
I still think that 56-game hit streak is unbelievable. I mean, 511 wins. Back then, starting pitchers would pitch every 3-4 days, and they were out there for 9 innings regardless.
Right.
So you're going to get more decisions, but 56 games in a row, playing in New York like Joe DiMaggio did. And, of course, then he gets the streak stopped, and then went out and hit 16 straight after that. That, to me, is phenomenal.
All right, so you've used unbelievable and phenomenal in describing Joe DiMaggio, yet the question is most amazing.
Okay, Joe DiMaggio is amazing.
Jack Wilson takes down low.
He's Mr. Coffee.
Three
he
balls.
was Mr. Coffee.
He was Mr. Coffee. I bought one of those just because of Joe.
They still sell them, too.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've since moved on. 3-1 pitch, and Wilson pulls one to left field, guessing on a high fastball. Got it. Wells will track this one down to the backhand. Wilson is getting into second base with a one-out double. His fourth double of the year. So man in scoring position for Seattle, and Dustin Ackley coming to the plate. Ackley drew a walk in the first inning, the only issued by Chapman. He also came around to score. Ibar trying to keep Wilson close to the bag at second as Ackley lifts one in the air to center. This one chasing Borges back. It'll be deep enough for Wilson to advance. Peter makes the catch for the second out.
Well, we've noticed in this entire homestand how the baseball has been carrying so well to the outfield. Ball was hit well, and Borges, first few steps back, thought he was able to easily track it down, but kept drifting back to make that play in center field.
Mike Karp takes a breaking pitch for strike one. He went down swinging in the first, so he's 0 for 1. This one fouled back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Karp's got a 6-game hitting streak. Tying a career high for him. He's hit .333 during that stretch. He's hit well since being recalled the last couple of weeks as he pulls this one inside the bag. That is a fair ball. Wilson will score. Torrey gets the baseball back in. It's an RBI double, and it's 3-0 Seattle.
Well, Karp somehow able to keep that ball fair down the first baseline.
Second 2-out hit, too, for Seattle.
All speed pitch. Not a bad spot. The curveball inner half and down. Jumbo trying to be able to knock that ball down, but that ball's by him right inside the base and staying fair.
Mike Butcher out to pay a visit.
And talking to Mike Butcher before the game about the keys for the success for Tyler Chatwood, a number of key indicators for him. Slowing down, letting the game come to him at times, gets really fast through his mechanics and in his stride. He's trying to shorten up his stride. At one point, it was about a 7-foot stride from the pitching rubber to his landing foot. He wanted to get around 5.5 to 6-foot stride to give him a better opportunity to get over the front leg. And when he gets too quick, that's when that stride gets a little bit longer for him.
The fastball's in there for a strike on Kennedy. He, the owner of the 2-out double in the first.
This is where you want to get the stride. You want to shorten it up, get over the front leg. For a guy, he's not real tall, but he gets really far out there. And that forces your arm to drag through the zone. That's when you get pitches up, or the breaking ball will be in the dirt.
Fastball grazed his jersey and to hit by pitch. Kennedy making no effort to get out of the way of that. So 2 on and 2 outs now for Miguel Olivo.
Inside with that 2-seam fastball, getting the jersey. And you're not necessarily always awarded that base if the umpire feels you're not trying to get out of the way of that pitch.
Olivo jumping on that first pitch curveball, bounces it foul. The Mariner catcher struck out swinging to end the first inning. Seattle with a run here in the third to take a 3-0 lead. Chatwood at home this year, a 2-5 record at a 3.96 ERA. A 4-2 record out on the road. No balls, 2 strikes. Doing a much better job of getting ahead. It's just hasn't been able to quite finish off guys.
He's thrown a lot of strikes. 61 pitches thrown so far. 42 strikes. 6 0-2 counts for Chatwood so far in this game.
Fastball up and in.
See that particular pitch, you can see how quick Chatwood gets through his mechanics. Instead of staying back long enough, you can elevate without trying to go so fast through your mechanics.
.63 pitches as we play here in the third inning with 2 outs. One-two, chopper to the right side. That's a base hit. Carp is being waved around. No throw from Hunter. 4-0 Seattle. An emergency hack by Miguel Olivo on the fastball away, and he picks up his 48th run batted in.
That's a pretty good pitch. There's really nothing you can do as far as the pitcher. You just got to give the credit to the hitter, Olivo, for going that way with that fastball. Just trying to put the ball in play. The proper approach you want to do as a hitter, make contact.
Just trying to get out of the inning. Got Ackley to fly out to deep center field for the second out in the third. And then Carp with an RBI double. Kennedy hit by pitch on an 0-2 count. Olivo with an RBI single on a 1-2 count. One ball, 1 strike. Missed location, but got the plate on the outside corner. Gutierrez hit a fly ball to right field leading off the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Breaking pitch, bounce to the left side. Esteuris has it on a couple of hops. That will end the inning, but Seattle tacks on 2 more runs on 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels trailing it 4-0. Bat around yet. Mariners almost have gone through their order twice. Peter Bourjos coming up for his first plate appearance. He'll be followed by Bobby Wilson. And then back to the top of the order with Mysur Stouris. Bourjos last night went 0 for 3. Was hit by a pitch, hitting .268 on the year. Swinging first pitch. And fouls this one off to the left side and out of play. No balls in the strike. Peter also with 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in, 19 doubles, 7 triples. Blake Bevan, no strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed. Breaking pitch, caught the inside corner. And it is 0-2.
Still feels like he slows down his arm when he throws a curveball. Now, from this angle, you can see it, but you wonder, as a batter in the batter's box, do you notice a little difference as far as how quick he goes through with his windup as compared to a fastball and breaking ball?
It's a chopper towards short. Wilson comes charging in. Not going to have a play. And you know what? That tells you how fast Peter Bourjos is, because I thought Jack Wilson did a heck of a job breaking on that ball and even coming up with it cleanly. Infield single for Bourjos.
Well, once that ball's chopped in the ground, and you're right, Wilson did a great job coming in on that baseball, then realized he has no chance as Bourjos is running down the line. Oh, he's so quick. The guys that can run well like Bourjos, the sense when they hit the ball like that in the ground, they have a great opportunity to beat that out for an infield hit.
So Peter at first base. First time the Angels have had their leadoff man on. Bobby Wilson takes a strike. Bobby hitting 184. 3 runs batted in, 4 doubles. '30th game for Wilson this year. The runner goes. The pitch is down low. The throw from Oliva not in time. And Bourjos picks up a stolen base. His 15th of the year.
I mean, that's what you want to see. Just keep putting the pressure on the defense. Good jump for Bourjos. 15th stolen base. A good jump, good read on that pitch. Easily get into scoring position now. Remember, at one point, he had 3 stolen bases who had been caught 4 times, but since then, been successful 12 straight times trying to steal a base. Getting that better read on pitchers.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Takes the breaking ball in there.
Looks like it's trackable, that breaking ball. I think that's one pitch that Bevins is going to try to refine as his career progresses. His changeup is very good, as so is his fastball as far as spotting it. It slows down the arm. Trackable pitch, the curveball.
Boy, overthrew that one. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one you can clearly tell getting around it.
He should be able to read that at the plate. You almost short arm it, different arm angle. And that's the key. That's why when you look at Jerry Weaver or even Dan Heron and Irvin Santana, why they're so good. All their pitches are from the exact same arm angle. Difficult for a hitter to pick up.
2-2. Popped up. Jack Wilson makes the catch. 1 out. Hey, one of the most affordable ways to see the Angels play is with the JetBlue Friends and Family Pack. This deal includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $44. The next Friends and Family Pack game tomorrow. It's the Mariners' 12:35 start. Felix Hernandez against Irvin Santana. Just log on to angels.com/funpack or just call the ticket office.
Another great pitching matchup. Reigning Cy Young Award winner against pitchers throwing a no-hitter and backed it up with a complete game right after that.
Breaking pitch. That one caught the outside corner for strike 1. Lesteris grounded out his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. The Angels last night had plenty of base runners against Jason Vargas. Just could not cash many in. 1 for 9 with men in scoring position last night. That one down low. Overall, the Angels left 12 men on base. Felix Hernandez.
That troubles, though, against the Angels throughout his career as far as getting wins.
2 balls and a strike. Peter Borges led off this 3rd inning with an infield base hit and stole second base. That's where he still stands with 1 out. Ibar on deck. Meister breaks his bat, loops one out toward right center field. That's a base hit. Borges had a little bit of a late start, and he is stopped at 3rd base by Dino Ebel. Once Peter decided that ball was going to drop in there, looked like I thought he had a pretty good chance to score, but Dino putting on the stop sign, and now you've got runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 out and Ibar coming up.
Yeah, and talking to Dino before the game about some of the arms in the outfield for the Mariners, obviously Ichiro has one of the strongest arms, but he does take a while sometimes to get rid of the baseball. I think it's a wise decision there because Ichiro not only has a strong arm, but it's a very accurate arm also. 10-time Gold Glove winner.
So Ibar comes up here 0 for 1. Ground ball to second base his first time. Takes down and in for ball 1.
The pitcher's been attacking down and in against Erick Ibar for quite some time here. Trying to get him to swing over top of a pitch below the strike zone.
Pulls this one to the right side. Ackley has it. Fires to Wilson for 1. The relay is in time. A double play that ends the inning. 3 in the book. Seattle still up 4-0. Question, Adam Kennedy, one of 5 players ever to hit 3 home runs in a postseason game. Who are the others?
Well, Fred Lynn mentioned one guy.
Yeah,
his
would he be
teammate.
the guy, the straw that stirs the drink?
Yep.
Was he one of those guys?
Yeah. Hit it against the Dodgers in the World Series.
And the last pitcher he hit it off of?
Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff. Seager, Robinson, and Ichiro here in the 4th inning. The Angels, with the opportunity to score their first run into 3rd, could not capitalize. Eric Ibar grounding into an inning-ending double play. So still a 4-0 Seattle lead.
Tell you what, that was a well played and turned double play by Seattle.
Seager lining one out to left field. Vernon Wells will make the catch. 1 out. Second time in the game that Seager's hit a fly ball to Vernon. That'll bring up Trayvon Robinson. We'll go back to that double play ball.
Well, Ackler did a nice job of fielding that ball, spinning, making a good strong throw over to Jack Wilson, who mentioned the fact that he's got a very strong arm, able to get Eric Ibar a 4-6-3 double play. Not an easy thing to do against Ibar, especially when he's hitting from the left side.
Robinson takes a strike. Trayvon Robinson lined down to Howie Kendrick, his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Los Angeles product. Crenshaw High School, 10th round pick by the Dodgers. Just acquired by Seattle a couple of weeks ago. About a week ago, actually. Two-one pitch. It's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the one thing is for certain as we watch Trayvon Robinson here, a lot of confidence at the plate, and certainly not afraid to pull the trigger. He lets it fly.
Yeah, he wants to drive the ball far, especially when he gets a fastball.
2-2, blown right by him. There's out number 2, 4th strikeout for Chadwick.
Went upstairs with the fastball with good run action. Gets it by Robinson at 94. Did a good job as far as getting over the front leg and finishing off that fastball. Again, shortening up that stride to get a better opportunity to go over the front leg and have better action on his pitches.
Ichiro takes outside for ball 1. Suzuki's 1 for 2. He had a base hit and a run scored in the first inning. Bounced out to Asturis last time up. This one out toward left center. Wells calls off Borges, and Chadwick has his second 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels still down 4-0. us today and trade up to 4. And by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Halos down 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They will send up 3, 4, and 5 against Blake Bevan. Bevan's given up 4 hits, 2 of which came in the 3rd inning, but got a huge double play ball to end the threat. Torrey takes a fastball for a strike. Hunter had a base hit in the 1st inning. Then tried to get a running start on a stolen base attempt in the 1st and was thrown out to end that inning. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball, lays off of it. Chris Conroy agrees with our assessment. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. This one lined into center field, and the leadoff man is on board for the 2nd straight inning. Boy, Torrey now 8 hits in the last 3 games. We go back to our AT&T trivia question for tonight. Adam Kennedy, one of 5 players ever to hit 3 home runs in a postseason game. Who are the others? Reggie Jackson, of course, is one of them, but the Babe did it. Bob Robertson, Reggie, and George Brett in 1978. You don't remember your room dog?
No, I don't remember that one. I know he hit the Yankees pretty well, though.
There's Bobby Abreu, who lined out to Jack Wilson at shortstop. The 2nd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Trying to bunt his way on, bunts it foul. Bobby heads back with an 0-1 count. No bobblehead.
Lots of them.
August 18th.
Can't wait.
Wow.
We traveled around with us quite a bit last year, you remember?
It still begs the question, do you think a gnome would ever take a human and stick him in his yard?
Quite possibly.
1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams with 5 hits, although the Mariners have made theirs count. And both times with 2 outs. They did it in the 1st inning. 2-out double. A couple of 2-out hits in the 3rd. Bobby lifts one down the line. Trayvon Robinson is there. 1 out. So Vernon Wells will step to the plate with 1 out. Torrey still standing at first. Wells 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to center back into second. Just saw that graphic on your screen. Tomorrow, 12:35 start. The Angels have an off day on Monday. It's a travel day. Heading off to New York. 3-game series against the Yankees. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week back in Vernon Wells territory. The Angels taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. That one gets by Olivo. Torrey advances to second base.
Well, that's a play Olivos has to catch. Granted, it wasn't located well. But off his glove, sent up inside. It was away. This location, but a mistake made by both the pitcher and the catcher. And then an opportunity for the Angels to get that run across now. 2-0. Should get a fastball. Hopefully Vernon will be able to crush this one. Game-winning hit last night. Not exactly crushed, but did his job as far as fighting that ball into the outfield for a base hit, game winner.
2-0, takes a strike. Got a fastball in the fastball count, 2-1. And Devin was charged with a wild pitch, by the way, advancing Torre to second.
Well, that's the spot Vernon likes to hit the fastball, too, on the inner half there.
Two and two.
Coming right back in with another fastball. Just off the inside corner. More likely now, try to spin a breaking ball.
Trying to spark a rally from the upper tank in the right field corner. Also catching some rays.
Yeah, keep him warm.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line to left. It's going to hang up for Robinson. 2 outs.
Well, he was all over that breaking ball. Right at Robinson in left field.
So Torre still at second, 2 outs now, and Howie Kendrick at the plate. Howie had a 2-out base hit in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. Meeting at the mound now.
It's an odd time to have that discussion, especially with
Right.
2 outs.
Thinking the exact same thing.
I mean, you're not going to worry about what kind of a lead that Torrey Hunter is going to get at second base now. Maybe with no outs, maybe different. But with 2 outs, your mindset has to be on the batter if you're Bevan.
The fastball is in for a strike. Indians with a run at the top of the 7th. Leading the Rangers 1-0. 0-2. 54 pitches thrown by Bevan, 36 strikes. No punch outs, no walks. 5 hits allowed. How he got jammed on that fastball. Keeps his at-bat alive at no balls, 2 strikes. The Angels are 1 for 4 with men in scoring position, but that one did not score a run as Peter Borges ended up getting stopped at third. Ichiro playing that ball cleanly, getting it in quickly. The 0-2 again. Breaking pitch, grounded to short. Zach Wilson has it. The inning comes to an end. The Angels leave a man in scoring position through 4. Seattle still on top. Coverage begins Friday, August the 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, in high def, only on Fox. We start the top of the 5th inning with Seattle leading it 4-0. The M sending up 2, 3, and 4 against Tyler Chatwood, Wilson, Ackley, and Karp. The curveball drops in for a strike. Jack Wilson struck out in the 1st inning, doubled, and scored in the 3rd. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. Tyler Chatwood with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, but 5 hits allowed. 4 of the 5 hits coming with 2 outs and costing Tyler some runs.
Well, that's a good curveball he just threw there to Jack Wilson. When he stays back long enough to finish that pitch, it's a devastating curveball. Now a good time to throw a fastball right on the outside corner. You have a hitter trying to track that curveball. Pitch coming in at 78 miles an hour. If you could throw that 4-seam fastball 93, 94, you can get him out.
Check swing. They wanted to appeal. Did not go. This is Chris Conroy. 2-2. There's that fastball. Down he goes. Out number 1.
You can see by that swing there that because of the curveball, the last 2 pitches before that, in that part of the plate, you're trying to protect. But if you could throw the fastball like that at 93, there's no chance you're going to make contact. Again, as a young pitcher, trying to fight your way through some games in which, you know, you've given up some hits and some runs. That's a difficult thing for a young pitcher. Either you're very good or you have these games you get knocked out. It's that feel you have as you get a little older and get more experience on the mound to be able to fight your way through some tough times.
Jumbo to the backhand, feeds Chatwood, 2 outs. Ackley now 0 for 2, including a walk. It's just finding that the happy medium, knowing number 1, I don't have my best stuff, or I can't locate as well as I know I can. So let's try to figure it out, and you figure it out almost pitch by pitch, batter by batter.
Take
kind of fight through it.
Yeah, take something off the fastball on occasion. Or take a little bit off your curveball and then try to fight through it. Or mix in a changeup like you did there. And to really put together a really big season, you have to win some of those games in which you don't necessarily have, whether it's your best stuff like you mentioned or your best location.
He gets Karp to ground out here, back-to-back innings in which he's retired the side in over 7 in a row since that RBI single by Olivo. Seattle still with a 4-0 lead. They just showed the interview with Leanne Tweeden and Ludacris, who will be performing after the game. I think that's why they're here.
No question.
Yeah. Or as the daughter would tell it, the dad, it's Luda.
Yes. They're going, we're going to hang right here and listen to the concert after the game. Can't wait.
Yeah. Mark Trumbo, Peter Borges, Bobby Wilson against Blake Bevan. Trumbo lines one softly to Dustin Ackley, who timed his jump perfectly. He's out number one. Trumbo's 0 for 2 tonight. I'll bring up Peter Borges.
He's made a couple good defensive plays. Timed it, leaps up and makes the play. Trumbo trying to go the other way on the slider down and away. Ackley robs him of a base hit.
Borges 1 for 1. He had an infield base hit in the third. Stole a base and was stranded at third. Cleveland tacked on 2 more runs. They hit it. They lead it now 3-0. The game down the bottom of the 7th. Borges fouls it straight back, and it's 0-2. C.J. Wilson getting knocked out in that 7th inning. Won an appeal, says he did not go. The 2-1. Grounded over to third. Seager has it on a throw. Not a very good one. Borges was on board on the error by Kyle Seager, his second in the big leagues.
He ended up rushing his throw, low throw, and Kennedy over at first base. Known to be second baseman, low throw, try to scoop it. A lot of times the third baseman, they think they have a lot of time. That's when they end up aiming their throw. So when it's a quick one at them, they're able to get the throw across. It's always something that always made you scratch your head. Why? That's such a different throw for a third baseman. The bang-bang play is compared to the one where you have plenty of time to gather yourself.
So Borges on with 1 out. Bobby Wilson at the plate. He popped down his first time up. Peter picking up his 15th stolen base in the 3rd inning. Bevan not the quickest of moves over to first. Guy was a former first-round pick, 17th overall in 2007 by the Texas Rangers out of Irving High School, Texas. Came over to Seattle last year as part of the Cliff Lee trade. Breaking pitch is swing and a miss, and it gets by Olivo. Borges will advance to second on the wild pitch. So much like last night, the Angels have had plenty of opportunities to at least get a run here, run there, but have not been able to capitalize as of yet.
Again, another pitch that Olivo should be able to try to keep in front of. Breaking ball, different spin on it, but try to backhand with the glove instead of squaring his body up and keep it in front of him. You mentioned another opportunity. You got to scratch a run across and get some momentum going against the pitchers. That 5th inning is always the most difficult for a young pitcher to get through that inning, because you're in position to get a win. So you end up doing some stuff you wouldn't normally do. You just kind of quicken up your delivery. You throw more fastballs instead of staying within your same game plan as you try to get into position to get a W.
1-1 count here on Bobby. Breaking pitch line down the left field side. It is hooking foul. Just down in front of the breaking pitch. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch, and Wilson rolls it foul. Top of the order, Meister Asturias on deck. No strikeouts, no walks for Blake Bevan. Guy who's coming off a victory against the Oakland A's, gave up 3 runs, 7 hits, and 6 2/3 against the Athletics. This one chopped to third. Seager plays a short hop. 2 outs. Fans, the Angels take on the Texas Rangers on August the 16th. It's a 7:05 start. All fans in attendance will receive a 50th anniversary mug courtesy of Wiener Schnitzel while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. So 2 outs and a man at third for Asturias. No balls and a strike. Meiser 1 for 2, had a base hit in the 3rd inning.
When you look at Blake Bevan tonight, just trying to spot the fastball, getting hitters to swing at breaking pitches out of the zone. Really doesn't have that out pitch to get by you as far as velocity on the fastball or snap on the breaking ball.
Asturias late on the 83-mile-per-hour pitch. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
When you look, he's not necessarily, he's had some ground ball outs. He's got 7 ground ball outs so far, but the number of fly balls.
Down and in, 1-2. The most batters he's faced in an inning has been 4.
That's the bottom line, though. He does throw strikes.
Yeah.
Makes you put the ball in play. Doesn't give up free passes.
2-2 now.
If you're a young baseball player, whether you're in Little League or high school or even the collegiate level, it's all about watching a guy like Bevins. It's not about velocity. It's about throwing strikes, particularly first pitch strikes.
Asturias goes down swinging. The Angels leave another man in scoring position. 5 of the books. Halos down 4-0.
Breescan. Justin Ackley turned a great double play earlier in the game in the third inning, but this time showing his ability to leap up and make a great play on a line drive by Mark Trumbo. Brings it down and gets that key out for the M's, playing some solid defense so far in the game. And that was our Coors Light Breescan, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light. We're known for his ability to hit, then defensively, but he's done a nice job so far in the night.
Or is Matt Hops?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Chatwood facing Kennedy, Olivo, and Gutierrez here in the 6th inning. The curveball drops in for a strike. Texas has scored one at the bottom of the 7th. They also have runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. No rest with that lineup.
Foul starter Carmona try to slow him down, I'm sure.
Yeah. Kennedy with the 2 RBI double in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, so he's 1 for 1. Shoots this one foul down the left field line.
Time you might want to try to go up and in on a fastball. Adam Kennedy with that uppercut swing.
Pulls this one down the right field line. It is hooking foul. Nice play, reaching over the railing. Going old school hat and everything.
Yes, it is.
Love it.
Take the souvenir away, too. Oh, reaching over, making the play.
And just like that, it's a 3-3 tie in Texas. Kennedy swings it, misses down, he goes for the first out here in the 6th.
A nice changeup by Tyler Chatwood there. Fastball in the pitch before, came in now with a changeup. Great action on the changeup, turns it over. 81-mile-an-hour pitch.
There's Miguel Olivo, the catcher. Pulls this one into left field. He's got himself a 1-out hit. 2nd hit of the game. Fans, you're ready to kick back in the best seats at the game. The Chevy Sweet Seats are up for grabs for you and 3 lucky guests. You could even score some sweet seats of your own in a brand new Chevy. For official rules and your chance to win, visit ChevyBaseball.com/Angels. You're going to make it back down there this year?
Hope so.
Very comfortable for your back?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That worked out well.
Gutierrez is 0 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to third. Chatwood with 6 strikeouts tonight, tying a career high. Did that May 22nd against Atlanta. Olivo takes off. The pitch is down low. The third out from Wilson is in time. 2 outs.
Good catch and throw. The transfer there for Bobby. Olivo looking in. Trying to head first slide, but the throw was right on the money. Good, strong, accurate throw at the base by Bobby Wilson.
First base runner that Wilson has thrown out this year. Gutierrez, this one sharp, and a diving stop by Howie Kendrick for out number 3. What a play by Howie.
Well, he's been so good at that second base position. Full extension, dives, gets up, and makes the play at first base. Great job by Howie once again.
Get your PCM on. Text Mojo to 99000 to win a large PCM.
Halos down 4-0 here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Terrific defensive play by Howie Kendrick to finish off the top of the frame. The Angels here in the 6th have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Ibar, Hunter, and Abreu. Eric Ibar 0 for 2. Ground ball and also a double play ball. Takes the breaking ball for a strike. 73rd pitch thrown by Blake Bevan tonight. 50 strikes, 1 punch out, no walks. 5 hits allowed. Oh, and 2. Oh, 2 on its way. Ibar traps it foul into the dugout. Got to make sure Mike Butcher's paying attention.
Got to be quick.
Yeah, especially with that opening over there.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled up the line, and that is just foul. Chris Conroy, the first base umpire, making the call. Halos tonight 1 for 7 with men in scoring position. Another 0-2 from Bevan. Breaking pitch, and that is rolled over to first. 1 out.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. Torrey Hunter's having a very hot homestand, but back on Tuesday against the Minnesota Twins, his former mates hits a shot to center field. He's now 11 for 18 on this homestand.
Eight hits over the last 3 games. A couple of hits tonight. Two singles for Torrey Hunter. This one popped up on the first base side. Kennedy near the dugout, almost overruns it, makes the catch. Round number
2. Boy, Adam did a nice job of getting himself in position to get by the wall to make that play. Olivo didn't look like he saw that one again as it was popped up. So as an infielder, whether you're the first baseman here in the case for Adam Kennedy or your third baseman, anything up in the air, you have to attack that area behind home plate as far as trying to catch a pop-up.
Yeah, because Olivo's not helping you out tonight.
No. He's looking for help right away.
There's Bobby Abreu with 2 outs and nobody on. Takes a fastball high. Bevan has not retired the sign in order tonight for his first 5 innings. Did face the minimum 3 in the first inning. That was just because Torrey was picked off trying to take second base. 2 balls and no strikes.
Every once in a while there's catchers out there that do have a difficult time as far as picking up where the pop-ups go. They're behind the plate or towards first or third base dugouts. I played with a guy, Jamie Quirk, who was a very good defensive catcher, but for some reason never could read the pop-ups. So you were always, as a pitcher or an infielder in the corners, you were always coming in on that pop-up.
2-1. Did you ever take charge of the mound?
Yeah, one time in Seattle, the old Kingdom, which was always one of my favorite places to pitch. Pop up, I thought it was out of an inning, and Jamie was behind the plate, just stood there at home. I just started running. I ran, it was right by the dugout. It almost hit me right in the head.
Bobby shooting this one into the alley on left center field. That will split Robertson. and Gutierrez, and it goes all the way to the wall. Abreu on at second with a 2-out double.
And a couple times tonight now for Bobby going the other way. We talked with Fred Lynn about that approach as a veteran hitter trying to go the other way. Similar type pitch. He lined out his first at bat. This time gets a little more elevation on it and splits the alley for a double. Nice job as far as staying back in there and just going the other way. Not trying to do too much, not trying to pull that pitch.
544th career double for Bobby Abreu. Just passed Tony Gwynn, the all-time doubles list. Yet another man in scoring position. With 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Vernon Wells at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, a fly ball to left. Texas, by the way, has taken a 4-3 lead in the 7th inning. First pitch swinging as Wells bounces it over to Wilson. The inning comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit. The man left in scoring position. 6 in the books. 4-0 Seattle. Four to nothing. Seattle with 2 in the first, 2 in the third. Made it stand up. Tyler Chatwood back out on the mound here in the 7th inning. Having thrown 97 pitches, he'll face 8-9-1 Seager, Robinson, and Ichiro. The Angels had Horatio Ramirez loosening in the 6th inning, but Tyler got out of that. Got some help on the defensive side with Howie Kendrick. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, 0 for 2. Twice having hit a fly ball to left. Four runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 3 left on for Seattle. No runs, 6 hits, no errors, 5 left on for the Angels. Seager bouncing one to the right side, backhanded by Trumbo. He'll feed Chatwood, and there's out number 1. Seager now 0 for 3, and that'll bring up Trayvon Robinson.
Tyler's done a nice job of settling down, giving his team an opportunity to get back in the game. The offense hasn't responded yet, but he's been attacking the strike zone with real good stuff. His changeup has been very good also. His curveball. Feels his position well, always is in the right spot. Anything hit to that right side of the infield, covering first base, there to get that good feed from Trumbo.
Curveball is in there for strike 1. Trayvon Robinson lined down in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. 0 for 2. Texas, by the way, scored 4 times in the 7th. They did 4-3 that game in the 8th in Arlington. costly error by the shortstop as Drupal Cabrera kind of opening the door.
He's made some fantastic plays, but he has made a number of errors at shortstop for Cleveland this year.
Robinson offers it that one, comes up empty. It's 1-2. Yeah, what was he, like 12 or 13 errors?
Yeah, when we were there in Cleveland. Yes.
Looking at you instead of just looking at my scoreboard.
Yeah, but just trust me.
Yeah. Going back upstairs to the fastball, fouled off to the left, and it's still 1-2. This one out toward left center field and hit well. Borges giving chase, so does Wells. That one is gone. Opposite field home run for Trayvon Robinson. His first major league home run, and that is 5-0 Seattle.
And I don't think he realized he hit that home run. That baseball is a long way the other way. Ball just kept carrying out the left center field once again. Fastball down. That's a long way that baseball went.
That's going to be it for Tyler Chatwood. You see the replay of Robinson until he got the call from Jerry Meals. Chatwood departs. Angels down 5-0.
And by Time Warner Cable.
Trayvon Robinson with his first major league home run the opposite way against Tyler Chatwood. Chases Tyler from this game. And it gives Seattle a 5-0 lead. Brings Horacio Ramirez into the ball game. Chatwood, by the way, went 6 1/3. Struck out 6, walked 1, gave up 5 runs, all earned on 7 hits, including that home run by Robinson. Tyler pitched much better. But really what kind of doomed him early on was the fact he just couldn't finish off an inning. Number of 2-out hits costing him the first 4 runs, and now a home run by Robinson chasing him from the game. Ichiro takes a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, when you look back at the way Tyler threw the ball, you're going to think, wow, he had real good stuff on the fastball. The curveball had good break to it. He threw a number of good changeups. And then you look up 5 runs scored against him. You're right, a couple times, especially in that first and third inning, unable to finish it off. And as a young pitcher, you see that so often. You get a couple outs, you think you're through the inning, but you're not. And that's when you run into problems. You give up a base hit or a double. Next thing you know, they got a couple more guys on base, and you're trying to fight your way through it instead of just cruising through after you get those first 2 out.
Ichiro bouncing one toward the middle. Howie's got it to the backhand, gets rid of it quickly, and 2 outs. Ichiro now 1 for 4 this evening. Here comes Jack Wilson.
Number 2, shortstop Jack Wilson.
Wilson 1 for 3, had a double with a run scored in the 3rd. This one lined in the left field, a base hit. So 2-out knock for Wilson, his 2nd hit of the game.
Number 13, second baseman Dustin Ackley.
Dustin Ackley's 0 for 2, did walk and score a run in the 1st. Takes a strike. This is the 4th appearance for Ramirez since he called up from AAA Salt Lake on the 20th of July. Made his debut with the Angels on the 23rd. It's 3-1 down in AAA. The 3.47 ERA. Native of Carson, California. Mariners have a bunch of guys from California on their team. 7 guys.
Yeah, Jack Wilson from Thousand Oaks High School.
7 players on their 25-man roster. And 1 coach. Adam Kennedy, Dan Cortez, Mike Karp, Brennan Ryan, Jack Wilson, Jason Vargas, Trayvon Robinson, Chris Chambliss. Grew up in Oceanside, went to UCLA.
Chris Chambliss had one of the greatest home runs in postseason history.
I mean, but why even bring that up?
Well, because I knew you'd like that one.
And they just picked off Jack Wilson to end the inning. Mariners get a run on Trayvon Robinson's first major league home run. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. It's 5-0 Seattle.
All the way. Jerry debuted in 2006, and after leading the league in strikeouts in 2010, it appears the best is yet to come.
This guy was immersed in Angels culture immediately. That angle he takes and, you know, landing towards the dugout and coming this way, that throws a lot of people off. And he's improved his stuff.
Dominant. He became a guy that arguably the top 3 in baseball.
Mariners up 5-0 as we start this bottom of the 7th. Angels sending up Kendrick, Trumbo, Borges. It's Blake Bevan who is stymied this Angels offense tonight. He's allowed 6 hits, but anytime he's gotten into trouble and or the Angels have gotten a man into scoring position, he has made the pitch necessary to get out of any trouble and limit the threat. Howie bouncing this one toward the hole, backhanded by Jack Wilson. And Howie retired for the first out. Fans, now's the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the rest of the summer. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy a game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites. It's a 1 out, nobody on for Mark Trumbo. Howie, by the way, now 1 for 3. Trumbo bouncing this one past the diving Kyle Seager. It's his first hit of the game. 1 for 3 game for Trumbo. Bobby Casavall loosening now. There's Peter Borges with an infield base hit. Drops a bunt on the third base side. Bevan has it. He throws out Borges for the second out. Just couldn't get that one down the line enough. Bevan came off the mound very well. 2 outs.
Yeah, you can see he fields his position well. He lands very evenly as far as being able to field ground balls and bounce off that for that bunt. Self-position, gather low area to be able to throw that ball over to first base. Right idea by Peter Borges because you need base runners when you're down by 5 late in the game like that. But Bevans has made a great play on it.
So 2 outs and a man in scoring position. There's Bobby Wilson, who's 0 for 2. Wilson tonight has popped out and grounded out. 89th pitch thrown by Bevan. 62 strikes, 1 punch out only, no walks. And it's 2-0. Casavall loosening, I should say, as if he's coming into the game in the 8th inning after Horatio Ramirez got the last 2 outs. Wilson shooting this one out to the alley in right center field, hit well, and this one is off the wall. Trumbo will score. Wilson trying to get to second. He is in there with an RBI double. 5-1 Seattle.
5th double of the season for Bobby Wilson, going the other way very well. Fastball, but this time instead of being down, was up and elevated enough for Bobby to be able to drive it to right center field. His 5th double, slide in and gets an RBI also. Boy, Ichiro played this well off the wall too. With that strong arm, Bobby realized he better turn it on. Head first slide into second base with that double.
Wilson picking up his 4th run batted in. A 1 for 3 game for him. Here's Meiser swinging first pitch. Fouls it off to the left. Steers has a hit tonight, 1 for 3. His average now below 270. Oh, 1 pitch. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meiser pulling this one to Ackley at second base. This will end the inning. The Angels get on the board. A couple of hits, leave a man in scoring position. 7 of the books, 5-1 Seattle.
Nice job so far. 7 innings pitches, 1 earned run. Followed by that double by Bobby Wilson in the right center field. Tyler Chatwood, 6 1/3. It's going to look like he didn't throw the ball real well with 5 earned runs, but overall, outside of a couple mistakes, threw the ball with good velocity, good snap on the breaking ball. Trayvon Robinson, boy, you can see that power he has opposite field with his first career home run. He has played very well at home against the Mariners. Have an opportunity to come back. They're only down by 4 here late in the ball game.
Bobby Kazabal comes into the ball game. He'll be facing 3, 4, and 5. Ackley, Carp, and Kennedy on the heels of Horacio Ramirez going 2/3 of an inning. Two-thirds of an inning for Ramirez. 1 hit. Had the pickoff as well that ended the 7th. Dustin Ackley tonight is 0 for 2. Walked and scored in the first. Has hit a fly ball to center, grounded out to first. First pitch way outside for ball 1. Texas still leading Cleveland. That game at the bottom of the 8th inning. Both of these scores hold. And the Angels will go into tomorrow afternoon's finale. 2 games back. Kazawal falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 1. Irvin Santana will get the baseball tomorrow afternoon at 12:35 against Felix Hernandez.
Boy, Irvin is on some kind of roll. Besides the fact that he threw the no-hitter in Cleveland, backing up with another complete game, but the whole month of July itself and into August been outstanding.
3 and 1. Bobby last pitched on the 28th in Detroit. Going 2 1/3 scoreless. Of relief baseball picking up the win. They just walked the leadoff man to start this 8th inning. Gonna bring up Mike Carp. Carp tonight 1 for 3. RBI double and a run scored in the 3rd. Ackley with a pretty good lead over at first base. No action in the Mariners bullpen, and why would there be, considering the job that Bevan has done tonight?
Doing a great job of expanding the strike zone. Throwing a lot of strikes.
No balls, 2 strikes here on Carp. Mariners with 2 in the first, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 7th. Fouled off again to the left side. Halos finally getting on the board at the bottom of the 7th. A 2-out double by Bobby Wilson. Both teams with 8 hits. One ball, 2 strikes. Great crowd on hand here. The ludicrous concert. Immediately following the game. This is number 3, right? With Kyle Cruz, Dirks Bentley, now Ludacris.
Yep.
Mercy Me and Neo still to go. Ground ball towards short. Ibar feeds Howie. Relay to first in time. A double play.
Well, that's a slick double play turn by Ibar to Kendrick over to Trumbo. That ball wasn't hit particularly well off the end of the bat. A great feed by Ibar over to Howie, a quick turn and a throw over to Trumbo. Well, that's textbook. And getting rid of the baseball as Hackley comes sliding in to try to prevent that double play from being turned.
So 2 outs and nobody on. Kennedy pulls it foul. 2 balls and a strike. Adam Kennedy today with 2 RBI, doubled in the first, hit by a pitch in the third. Well, he wasn't hit by a pitch. The ball found his jersey. But it goes in the books as an HBP. And he struck out in the 6th inning. Two-one on its way. 3-1. Sinking fastball missing off the plate. The Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning have Ibar, Hunter, and Abreu coming up 2, 3, and 4. This one popped up on the left side. Ibar drifting down into the outfield grass. Puts it away as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Seattle still on top 5-1.
Major league level coming over that trade with the Dodgers. Opposite ways. First career home run to left center field. Finally realized he hit that ball out of the ballpark. That's a long way. He's made a great play for robbing Torrey Hunter of a 2-run home run. Of course, got his first major league hit against Jared Weaver.
Well, Blake Bevins back out on the mound here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos down by 4. Eric Ibar leading things off. Eric 0 for 3. Trying to look to see if he could drop one down. Takes a strike. Bevin delivering an off-speed pitch there. No balls, 2 strikes. Down and in. 97th pitch thrown by Bevan. The right-handed for Seattle with 1 strikeout. That was of Meiser Asturis to end the 5th. Bouncer up the middle. Ackley to his right has it. Gets rid of it quickly. And high ball is retired for the first out here in the 8th.
That's a third really good play Ackley has made at second base. Let's try a 4-6-3 double play. Good job on that one, of course, jumping up and preventing Mark Trumbo from getting a base hit in the right center field. This is a very difficult play. It's by Bevan, backhand, and then the strong throw to get Ibar by a half a step.
So 1 out, nobody on for Torii Hunter. He's had a 2-for-3 game, a couple of singles, and then fouled out his last time up. Torii trying to bunt his way on, and that's a fair ball. 2 outs. Tori's going to argue that he made contact with the ball in the batter's box. Mike Scioscia's going to come out as well.
Well, it appears that Dale Scott's going to ask for some help. That's what Mike Scioscia wants from him.
Well, you would think that the first base umpire would have a better view of it.
Well, it looked like it got off his body. It came back up and hit off his body. He's going to go down and get some help.
This looks like it's going to be out number 2. I mean, at this point, if you're asking the third base umpire, why not ask the first base umpire?
I think it's a better view for the first base umpire than the third base umpire.
For the right-handed batter up. He tries to bunt his way on. Makes contact. Question is, does it hit him in the batter's box?
Boy, it looks like it did. It hit his shoulder
right
area.
His shoulder area. Two outs.
Well, the baseball changed direction off his body. Should be a foul ball. Real good view here. Trying to get on base. On the ground. Up. And it changes direction off his body.
Right.
And you're right. You would think the first base umpire would have a much clearer view than the third base on that one.
Abreu takes a strike. Cleveland has scored a run in the top of the 9th inning to tie things up. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes. Prefer them to score about 6 or 7 more runs just to breathe a little easier.
Abreu fouls it back. Bobby had a base hit, or double, I should say, his last time up, a 1-for-3 game. Neftali Feliz, the Rangers closer, coughing it up. Cleveland with a man on, 1 out in that 9th. 0-2 pitches down low. Many of the Mariners thought they had a strikeout. It's 1-2.
Well, that definitely looked like it was a strike.
Pretty good pitch. Now, you're going to go back there again, and why not? That will end the at-bat. A 1-2-3 inning for Blake Bevan. We're through 8. Seattle leads at 5-1. day to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. Visit Angels.com. Reporter and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball is everywhere. Top of the ninth inning, Seattle on top by the score of 5-1. And that may have been it for Blake Bevan, picking up his second strikeout of the game as the Mariners trying to get action going in their bullpen. Bobby Caswell trying to keep it a 4-run deficit. Facing Olivo, Gutierrez, and Seegers. Miguel swings and fouls the first one off to the left, and it's no balls and a strike. Mariners catcher tonight, 2 for 3. RBI single in the third, and single in the sixth inning, then was thrown out trying to steal second base. It is 0-2. Brandon Lee, the right-handed all-star fireballer, loosening for Seattle.
But in a non-save situation, you see a number of closers when they're put in those spots where they're trying to get some work in, don't execute their pitches what they're normally trying to do when they're trying to save a game.
A nice slide piece there by Bobby Caswell, actually 2 of them to get Olivo for the first down.
And nasty action on that pitch too by Caswell. Snap that breaking pitch off. Swing and miss.
Strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Gutierrez, the center fielder, 0 for 3. Fly to right. Ground ball to third and a ground ball to second. The Angels, by the way, in the bottom of the ninth inning, will send up Wells, Kendrick, and Trumbo down, we hope, by 4. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And why not go a little bit further away?
When you see guys swinging at pitches out of the zone, you got to go a little bit further out, see if we'll go after it.
Jammed with a fastball in.
Now you can go right back outside.
Tied him up with that sinking fastball. Down goes Gutierrez for out number 2. Back-to-back punch-outs for Caswell.
Well, Caswell has great movement on his fastball. Good velocity on it too. When he can create a different arm angle with that pitch. See how much movement. Gutierrez looking away. And all of a sudden that ball ran in off the plate.
Fastball outside to Kyle Seager, who's 0 for 3. A couple of fly balls to left and a ground ball to Mark Trumbo in the 7th. Michael Brantley has just doubled on Feliz, and Cleveland has a 5-4 lead in the 9th. A 9-pitch at bat between Feliz and Brantley. Foul ball after foul ball. We've seen that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brantley's got a lot of hits against the Angels.
Yep. So Feliz has allowed 2 runs. Cleveland's still batting with a man in scoring position. This one hit sharply to short. Bobby Caswell has himself a 1-2-3 ninth. See what the Angels can do in the bottom of the ninth. Down 5-1. Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. Log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Angels games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds, except mine. Plus, you can even share thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on foxsportswest.com. Might as well get my Twitter feed in there, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Brandon Lee comes into the game.
In a non-save situation, so often you see closers not as effective. Great fastball for League, 92 to 97 slider, and a very good split finger fastball.
Wells, Kendrick, and Trumbo here in the bottom of the ninth. And the fastball is in for a strike. Brandon Lee this year has pitched now in 47 games, a 1-4 record, a 3.12 ERA, 43 and a third innings, 37 hits. He will strike out. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. 30 punch outs, 8 walks on the year. No balls, 2 strikes. A couple of former teammates in Toronto, Brandon Lee and Vernon Wells.
Likes to throw that split finger fastball when he's ahead of the count. His go-to pitch for the punch out.
And by the way, Jason Kipnis is just now homered off Neftali Feliz.
Hey, Kipnis has been crushing the ball.
7-4 Cleveland. Vernon Wells lifting this one out toward left. Trayvon Robinson will make the catch, and there's out number 1. That was not off Feliz, pardon me. That was off Tateyama. Howie Kendrick stepping up with 1 out, nobody on. That fly ball by Wells giving him an 0 for 4 night. Yeah, Kipnis got on fire, wasn't that series against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Just perfect time, too, right after the Angels got out of town. Did collect his first major league hit, though, against the Angels, a game winner. Yeah. There's a score in the 9th inning. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie 1 for 3, had a base hit back into second. League's trying to finish this one off for Blake Bevan. It would be his 3rd victory of the year. Tyler Chabwood, if the score holds, would take the loss his 8th. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Boy, Blake Bevan has did a great job. No walks, 2 punch outs. Hits the contact guy, but threw a lot of strikes and stayed away from the middle of the plate.
Three and 1. Mark Trumbo on deck. Peter Borges to follow him if we get that far. Oh, he ran that fastball in on the hands. Full count.
You can afford to do so when you have that type of movement and that velocity on a fastball.
Here comes the 3-2. Now he fouls it off to the right. Boy, I'm thinking about that game in Texas at Cleveland blowing one last night, and not so much about the Angels and the Rangers thing, but they lost a game in the standings in the American League Central. You look up at the board, you see the Tigers behind Verlander pick up a win. They're battling for their playoff lives as well.
That sense of urgency for them to stay involved in the race.
And there's a 1 out walk, so the Angels have a man on here in the 9th. Game in Texas now headed to the bottom of the 9th inning. 7-4 Indians lead. Mark Trumbo tonight, 1 for 3. Had a base hit with a run scored in the 7th. Bobby Wilson brought him home with an opposite field doubled off the wall. That's in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark coming off that 3 for 4 game last night. Team leader in home runs and runs batted in with 21 and 62 respectively. One ball, one strike. Howie with a pretty short lead at first. Breaking pitch, grounded to third base. Seager feeds Ackley, who relays to first, and it pulls Kennedy. No, he got the double play. Kennedy kept the foot on the bag, and the Seattle Mariners have taken the second game of the series by the final of 5-1.
You can just put this down to Seattle with some timely hits, and Blake Bevan was outstanding in his 8 innings pitched. No walks, 2 punch-outs. Did a great job as far as pitching inside, sinking the ball away, mixing some good breaking balls as the game progressed. And Seattle made all the plays defensively, especially Dustin Ackley at second base. A couple really good turns. Trayvon Robinson, his first career home run the other way. Seattle was able to win this game 5-1.
Now Blake Bevan picks up his